Daniel says, if you could have gone back in time and done things differently to save your friendship with John Rambo, would you do it? I'm a firm believer in living with the consequences of your actions and kind of just accepting things for as they are, as opposed to being someone who pines over the past and laments things that have happened and wishes you could change them. All right. Now, when I reacted earlier this year to the video that those guys put out in 2015 about me, I tried to make it clear, all right, that I would have been very open at that time to discussing anything with them, to doing anything that I could to make that relationship work. And I say them because it was, the video was John and Howard, but I guess in particular, people don't really care about Howard. They just care about John, right? Because John was the person who was in my content all the time. John was the person who I was really a friend with. I wasn't really the case with Howard, okay? So let's just address it with John, all right? I would have, if I had known that there was any kind of overwhelming, ongoing, lingering resentment between me and John, all right, I would have absolutely wanted to handle it and talk about it and hash it out with him. The thing is, with me, I'm the kind of person that if there is conflict, I want to resolve the conflict, even if it's not easy. I'll have the difficult conversation. I will bring it up and address it. I'm okay with that. I always say honesty is the best policy. Be upfront, be transparent. Okay? That's what I've always been about. Sadly, some people aren't like that. Some people are like conflict avoiders. And I hate to say it, but John, a couple times, he brought up stuff with me. And every time that he did, we would talk and hash it out. And according to him, we were good. Like, literally, I'd ask him, are we good? Everything's fine. Yeah, everything's fine. So then how is it that he comes out in 2015 and makes that video? It's like, that things weren't fine. You lied to me, right? And so, I look back at my past, like, what could I have really done differently? Well, nothing, unless he told me that things were wrong, right? Now, admittedly, I was doing things wrong. I've more than admitted that in my React video. I know I was doing things wrong. The problem was I never knew. Maybe I should have been more aware. Like I said, for me, any moment that I was spending with those guys was fun as hell, and that was a bunch of friends hanging out. Yeah, sometimes that camera was on, and we were making money, but at the same time, I always felt like that was time that we were hanging out as friends. Apparently, John didn't feel that way. He felt it was work, right? I mean, he's outright said that, it's all about work, and making videos. Yeah, but John, that was the time that we always spent together to hang out and have a good time as friends. So to me, that was friend hangout time, where also we had the advantage of making money while doing it. To John, apparently, it was just work time. So we saw things differently, and I didn't know that. I really didn't understand that. I had so much fun hanging out with John every week that for me, that was actually my release every week. It was more stressful for me to be sitting around doing the offline gameplay solo and upload it. When John came over, that was the fun time of the week for me, but he didn't see it that way. And it's really sad. But the question is, what could I have done differently when I didn't know what was going wrong? And the answer is nothing, right? Unless you know what's happening around you, right? How can you do anything to fix it? And sadly, for me, I feel like at that time in my life, 10 years ago, I was in a really different mindset. And I was in a situation where, to me, the focus was the content. Make the content, make the content, make the content. And then anything else I could fit in around it was great, right? And I think everyone knew that, too. Like, everyone could see that. And I think what it was is, for a guy like John, that's not what he wanted. Yes, making content, making some money on it was something that he was interested in, but he also wanted other things outside of that to make it more of a complete friendship, I guess. But he never expressed that. And when you don't express it, again, how would I know? And that was the problem, was just a lot of miscommunication, a lot of, not even but lack of communication. Or if I would ask if something was wrong, the answer would be, no, we're cool. Like I said, whenever John had an issue, I absolutely would talk to him about it. We would have it out. He's even said it in the video. The 2 times, really, that he ever brought up an issue, we hashed it out, and that was it. And he said we were cool, and everything was fine. So again, how would I know that something was wrong if he won't tell me, I guess it's just seeing things differently in life, I don't know. But that's the thing, like you say, well, would I have done things differently? If I had known that doing things differently would have made things better, absolutely. But I didn't know. And that's where really the regret really comes in, is maybe just not being aware of the situation enough, not really knowing John well enough. Because now I know how John was, but I didn't know that back then. I took what he was telling me at face value. You know, when I moved and he told me we're going to make content together, just, you know, not yet. And so then I would keep asking, hey, are we going to make the content? You said we were. I'm excited to hang out with you again and have fun and make content and have a good time. And he just kept blowing it off. But I'm taking what he's saying at face value as truthful when it wasn't. It was bullshit. He was delaying because he didn't want to do it. It's obvious, right? But anyway, you know, would I have done stuff differently? Yes. If I had known that, it would have changed stuff, but I didn't know because I didn't understand anything was going on wrong anyway. So there you go.